Hello and welcome back. I wanted to make this video as a follow-up to a previous one I made regarding my experience with buying a used Tesla. There were three things I complained about it at the time. One was the Tesla transfer of ownership, issues with the charging infrastructure, and my issues with the car dealer. And I'm happy to say that they've all been solved now. My problems with Tesla and the transfer of ownership was that it took about 3 weeks before the transfer of ownership took place. In the UK, you need the V5 document, you need a photo of it with a photo of your ID, send it to Tesla, and then they'll transfer the ownership for you. The problem for me was that when I received the V5 document, my name on the V5 document did not include my middle name, and all my other IDs had my middle name. So when I provided the information to Tesla, they originally rejected my application, so they didn't transfer the car ownership. So I had to send my V5 back to the DVLA, who then had to change my name, and then I had to reapply through Tesla again, and then I finally got transfer of ownership. Once I had the car on the app, I was able to book a service fairly quickly. I think I booked it within 3 days, and it was convenient because they worked at the weekends. So I took the car there at the weekend, and everything was resolved under Tesla's warranty. And although my experience was great after getting the car transferred to me in the Tesla app, I've never encountered this problem before. I've never bought a car and then had to get the legal documents as proof of ownership and then have the car manufacturer give me the car as well. Like, I've never had the car manufacturer needing to know that I have purchased this car. Moving on to my second problem, which was the infrastructure. Luckily, I can now DC fast charge, whereas before I couldn't for two reasons. One, that the car ownership wasn't transferred to me, so Tesla couldn't charge the correct person for DC fast charging because the car wasn't registered to me and I didn't have a credit card on the app to be able to pay. And the second issue I had, which was resolved by Tesla through warranty, is the fact that I had a DC fast charging issue. And the service technician said, "Oh yeah, this is a common problem. We'll fix it under warranty." And to me, that came as a big surprise. You've never heard of a petrol or diesel car having a common problem with not being to fill it up with fuel. That would be that would be a significant problem for everyone if that was to happen. So I'm surprised that is a common issue with Teslas. Luckily, it was fixed for free, but I'm just concerned going on long trips. Will that issue come back and I'll be stranded somewhere having to slow charge for 14 hours? Luckily, I don't have to fast charge frequently, but I will have a long trip through Europe this summer. Which leads me on to the next point about charging. I finally got a charger installed at home. I've been using the slow charger that the Tesla comes with, which you just plug into the socket. Now I have a 7 kilowatt charger that has been fitted. It was just over £1,000, and if I think about it, I could have run my diesel car for a full year on fuel for that amount of money. So the return on that investment is quite long, if you ask me. But nevertheless, I have it, and I find it very convenient not having to go and pump fuel. I get home, if the battery charge is low, I'll plug it in. By the morning, it's charged and it's fine. I also opted for a slightly smarter charger, which can charge from solar only, but I rarely do that because the tariff that I'm on means that the utility company pays me for exporting energy, and then they charge my car for a very cheap tariff overnight. So it kind of works out that the energy I sell to them, they kind of give it back to me in the night for similar cost, and then I don't have to worry about the car charging system keep turning on and off because there's a cloud and so on. And charging overnight, I've never had any problems. I plug it in when I get home. Even if it's below 20%, by 8 o'clock in the morning, it will be at 80%, which is typically what I do. I'll travel to London and back 160 something miles, and it tends to take from 80 to 20% of the battery. Now, just moving on to my issue with the dealer that I bought the car from. Now, I'm not sure if I can blame them for selling me a car that needed a service and had some issues, because I'm not quite sure how they would have fixed it, because just like me, they wouldn't have been able to take the car to Tesla for a service because they couldn't book a service. I tried booking over the phone and that couldn't happen. So I think this is something that the secondhand car industry needs to figure out if all electric cars will have similar systems. I also partly blame myself for not checking the car thoroughly before buying it. I should have seen those error codes, I should have questioned them, and I maybe shouldn't have driven the car home having noticed those fault codes, and I shouldn't have trusted them that they were just magically cleared, especially the TPMS sensor one. So I take some responsibility for that, but it's not the right thing to do from a dealer's perspective to sell something that has issues. I do know a few things about cars, but many people don't, and they can easily trick people into buying these cars if that is their business model. The other thing that the car dealer sold me was an extended warranty. And after I took the car to Tesla for a service where they fixed a bunch of issues for free because it was under the Tesla 4-year vehicle warranty and 8-year battery warranty, nothing was charged to the warranty, extended warranty that I got through the dealer. So they missold me that. Again, they're trying to make money. I wasn't paying attention. I thought I might need it. Better to be safe than sorry, but I feel like that's been wasted money that they shouldn't have tried to sell me, and maybe I should have tried pushing back. But I got it at the time because it also came with car insurance, so I could drive the car for a few days until I sorted out my own car insurance. So I'm a bit happier now with having an electric car. I do find it very convenient. I do find the power to be quite impressive. I do like how it is quiet. I like the technology that's in it. But it took about 4 to 5 weeks to get everything sorted and drive the car comfortably, not have to worry about the fault codes, not have to worry about charging. And so this is not something that I've encountered before, so I still find it inconvenient that it takes 4 to 5 weeks to get it all sorted, when any other car, you buy it and pretty much from that day on, you know exactly what to expect. And if you found this video useful, give it a thumbs up. I don't intend to put anyone off of buying electric cars or any car that you might want. I'm just trying to share my experience and what I found surprising about buying an electric car.